I am joined here today with Pierre Oberg at Portage College to speak about the Art of Relief exhibition that opened Monday, June 21st. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, can you tell us more about this art exhibition?
Oh, absolutely. And first of all, thank you for your invitation today, Shelby. That's very good. Yeah, we're the students at Portage College have partnered up with students at University of Alberta and students and instructors. I should mention the instructors as well at all schools at Sapporo Atani University. And we are involved with a show that has a COVID theme that we've been planning and working on for about a year. Conversation started last June, and the show opened up this Monday at the Stuart McPherson Public Library here in Lac La Biche, Alberta. And the name of the show is Timestamps, the Art of Relief.
Yes, actually. Could you actually expand a bit more on how this will portray the era of COVID-19?
Stamp is a technique that we will often use. And I thought we needed something to work on in the studio. So I went and talked to the students and I said, hey, what do you think of this idea? We're working at Portage College through this pandemic. We do use stamping and relief techniques in the studio. Do you want to reflect on what it is to be here in Lac La Biche, working through at the college, COVID-19 and everything that it was bringing to our community and to many global communities? And they said yes. And we reached out to our friends at the University of Alberta and also Sapporo Atani University, whom we've gotten to know over the past number of years through connections through U of A, and to see if anybody was interested in joining us in the show. And so, yes, Professor Oliver at U of A and Professor Mills and Professor Akabe and Professor Khan from Sapporo Atani University, they all said, yeah, this is great. We want to get involved. So that was really neat. So we started working. And so we were able to, with this show, give a regional perspective on the work and what it feels like to be going through a pandemic in a small community in Northern Alberta. But also what it's like for students that are going through a pandemic in a big metropolitan area, such as Edmonton or in another country. And it was really great to have students and instructors at Sapporo Atani University join us. So we could go from the regional to the provincial to the international and get a real multicultural take on what it feels like for a lot of people going through the pandemic and what relief will feel like for them. And they've, students and instructors have done this visually in many, many different media.
What specifically will the art exhibition have all involved inside of it?
Yeah, for sure. So, Shelby, we have about 60 artworks in the show and a very diverse range of art media. Everything from traditional loom beading to fine arts printmaking in the relief form to video work.
When will the exhibition be open until?
The exhibition runs at the Stuart McPherson Public Library from June 21st till August 27th.
And for people interested, where can they find more information about this online?
You can go to the library website. So I would just Google the Stuart McPherson Public Library and reach out to their wonderful staff there. And or you could go to the Portage College website as well. And you can find more information about Timestamps, the Art of Relief.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I would just like to personally thank the staff at the Stuart McPherson Public Library, because they do a wonderful job of exhibiting artwork there. They do Treks, Alberta Foundation for the Arts shows throughout the year, and they've allowed us to have an exhibition space within those shows that they bring in. And I would also like to thank the students and staff, students and instructors, I should say, with all the arts programs at Portage College, because we have a nice selection of different arts programs at Portage College. And then I would also like to thank, again, the professors and students at the University of Alberta and also at Sapporo Tani University in Japan. And I would also like to thank the Current for putting on that great interview with Matt Galloway and Jill Lepore, which sort of started the whole idea rolling. I think people, when they come and see the show, that they will relate to their own personal experience through the eyes and creative abilities of the artists that are participating, on what it feels like to be going through this pandemic and what the timestamp is going to feel like for different people.
Thanks again so much for joining us today, Pierre.
You're welcome.